All right, so here's another story for a rainy day. And I've actually got two stories in my Quattro Minuti today. The church right behind me here is the church of San Canzian. We're in the Campo San Canzian in the Castello district of Venice. And the story of this church is not religious, sorry to say. Casanova writes about it in his memoirs because he used to come here and he would go inside here. He even tells us to the first altar on the right, which you can go in and you can kneel where Casanova used to kneel. He used this as sort of a meeting place where he would meet with a woman named Laura. She was sort of a lay sister at the convent over on Murano of Santa Maria dei Angeli, where Casanova's lover, Capretta, was brought to after her father found out that she had been seeing Casanova. So Casanova was not able to see Caterina and instead used Laura as a go-between to pass notes. So Casanova would come here, kneel at the altar, pretend to pray, instead pass notes on that would then be brought over to Murano to his lover Caterina. Now I'm going to turn around to this side. And behind me is another story also related to Caterina. You'll see behind me the archways, and that was the location of the traghetto where people would catch the boats that would take them to the island of Murano. This was a major boat ferry stop. And so Casanova would often come here, switch boats, like get off one traghetto, get on another one, as a way to not be followed, because he didn't want people to know he was going to the convent to see his lover, and he wanted to protect her privacy and her identity. So he'd switch boats here. Well, he writes about one time when he came here to switch boats, and he thought he was being followed. And so to foil his supposed spy, he switched boats, but then the guy started to follow him, so Casanova decided to pursue him. And just down that little pathway, there's a wall now, but apparently at one time that wall led into the giardini of the Palazzo Morosini. And so Casanova writes about how he jumped over that wall to pursue this guy, and then jumped over another wall into the street behind, and actually grabbed the guy. Casanova had his knife out to stab the guy when a passerby came by, and it was enough distraction that this supposed spy was able to get away. So Casanova was pretty serious about trying to protect the identity of his lover. In fact, when he wrote about her, he used her initials CC. Later, researchers were able to figure out her name was Caterina because Casanova tells us he had a little portrait of her that showed her saint's name day, and the researchers knew that that was Saint Catherine or Caterina. But anyways, kind of a different story, but both of these here in Campo San Canzian are related to Casanova's affair with the young girl Caterina Capretta.